Welcome to another episode of Awake. Thank you so much for landing here on Planet 7. I am your hostess, 7. Your best friend and your best friend got something else to tell you, okay? Look, we have a new episode with a really important topic that I really want to convey to you guys today, express, articulate, whatever it is. I want to go ahead and without further ado, talk about it. I'll see you soon. Welcome to another episode of Awake. Awake, speak your truth. Raise your hand if you have ever been personally assaulted or disrespected by people's pleasing. Now, what a on brand topic for this generation. I mean, am I right? How to not people's please when you literally connect to Instagram, TikTok, social platforms on a day-to-day basis. When you work 24/7, when you have a business and an audience 24/7, when you have family members, all these people, right? How to not people's please. And that is the conversation that I actually wanted to, okay, we're recording. That's the conversation that I wanted to touch on today, because I've realized, especially being a content creator, an artist, a business owner, when you want to attract an audience, right? And you also want to connect to your community, and not even just a community when it comes to your specific industry of choice, everyone around the world, right? Because we all have voices. We all have the energy of being able to tell a story. And I just feel that sometimes that gets stifled, right? Because when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? Don't lie. Comment down below. What's the first thing that you do? I decided that I wanted to start waking up with intention. Waking up with intention. Because when I wake up in the morning, I've officially made it a goal to motivate myself better when I wake up in the morning. Because when you wake up in the morning, and I am 100% guilty of this, and I know you guys understand. When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing that you do besides hate the fact that you're waking up? I'll wait. Oh my God, I gotta go in traffic. Oh my God, I gotta take the kids to blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, I gotta respond back to all these people. Let me go on Instagram before I actually get myself up and brush my teeth and take a shower. Let me do all these different things, right? Instead of actually focus on myself. That's the first thing that we do. We check up on everybody else before we check up on ourselves. So I want to now challenge you. I want to challenge you to start waking up in the morning, and instead of getting on your phone, I'm guilty, trust me. That's why we're having this conversation, because I have seen the great impact that it has made on my life by waking up in the morning and having a healthier routine. The first thing you should do, and this goes along with people's pleasing, because I feel like a lot of the time we're so fixated on what everybody else is doing and how everybody else wants us to act, what they want us to do, what they want us to wear, what they want us to, all these different things. And a lot of the times we think it's other people, but really it's just the expectation that we're creating on our own mind. I mean, I'm just being honest, okay? So I want to challenge you to wake up in the morning and create a new routine for yourself, whatever that may look like. I'll tell you mine, and then you can create yours from there. And obviously, you know, having lip gloss in your hair just keeps smacking it. Anyways, I'll tell you mine, and then you can get inspired by that. You can look up other people's first routines when they wake up in the morning. I suggest to just start small, okay? To every great healthy choice of a new routine, you have to start. If you want to go all balls in, do your thing, okay? But for those who wants to start small, let's talk about it. So the first thing that I do, I'll create a list for you on either one of these sides. The first thing I do in the morning when I turn my alarm off, because if I stay in the bed for 5 more seconds, I'm going to stay there. I shoot out of bed. Shoot. Like, I'm up. Okay? First thing I do also like to do when I wake up in the morning with my eyes, I like to literally pat them like this. Because when you wake up like this, you're like, ah. I like to pat them so that my eyes don't feel like an instant strain. Pat them, I shoot up in the morning. First thing I'm gonna do is a quick meditation. Depending on how your morning looks, I wake up at 6:30 because I work at 7:15 and I work remote. So the difference between my workflow and your workflow may be completely different. But I got tired of waking up in the morning 5 minutes before I actually need to work and talking to people that I don't want to talk to. Just gonna be honest. So the first thing I do, I go on YouTube. YouTube, you can access it from your phone. You can access it on your TV now that we have smart TVs. I go on YouTube and I type in positive meditation, positive guided meditation. Literally, there are so many different meditations that you can choose from. If you want more than a 10-minute or even a 5-minute meditation, you can search that in the search engine of YouTube. Whatever makes sense, however you want to start. I do 10 minutes because I'm used to meditating, but 10 minutes is also really great for the morning because I have so many more things to do before I get ready for work. So I do 10 minutes, and right after the 10 minutes, sweetie, take a little time, breathe. I like to stretch during my meditation and still allow my mind to kind of relax during that time. But once I get out of the meditation, I do my exercise. When I mean exercise, baby, we go in. We go in. When I mean beats, headphones, sweat, I got my stomach trainer on. There's no outside energies that are connecting to me right now because I'm choosing to focus on myself first thing in the morning. You have to be a self-motivator. Have to, okay? Especially when you are starting off. Ain't nobody else gonna tell you to do it. Ain't nobody else gonna make you do it. You gotta do it, okay? You have to do it. We can do this together. Really allow yourself to understand that when you wake up in the morning, the first thing that you're doing is hating everyone. That is how the rest of your day is going to look. That is how the rest of your day is going to be formatted and structured because the only thing you're thinking about is everything that you hate. So, let's start by that. Let's start off by creating a more focused, self-focused routine in the morning. Then, okay, if you want to get on Instagram, do what you need to do. I would suggest still cooking breakfast and allowing yourself to really connect because even having breakfast, I know sometimes I'm not hungry in the morning, but if you want to make your coffee and have some type of muffin, why not? That in itself is already you having 5 seconds to yourself in the expansion of your entire day. I get tired around 12 p.m. So a lot of the time, these things really help me stay energized for the rest of the day. Now, when it comes to social media and the people pleasing, already when we're self-motivating ourselves in the morning, you're not going to just hop on Instagram really quickly because I'll tell you this. When you sit, and I know you're guilty of it. I know you are. Don't lie, because I am. You ever sat on a toilet for about 5 hours scrolling? 5 hours is a bit of an exaggeration, but you can be on that toilet for a long time. I know you know what I'm saying. I know you know. When you are literally scrolling, you know those people that are always like, Well, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do this. So you mean to tell me you have time to sit on the toilet for 2 to 3 hours scrolling through all these other people's lives, but you don't have time for yourself? I'll wait. I'll wait. I feel the biggest part of detoxifying yourself from always viewing everybody else's life and being a people's person doesn't just stem from you always scrolling on Instagram and social media platforms. It also comes with moderation and being able to say no. No, no, no. Being able to say no, because you know for a fact that during this time, if you are organized and you see that your schedule is not something that can fit whatever this person or these people are asking of you in it, you really got to ask yourself, can I handle this right now? Am I being greedy? Because we all know when money calls, baby, when money calls, money calls. And in this economy, obviously, but do you want to overexert yourself just to say yes to that other person and not let them down? And that could be business matters, but it could also be someone simply asking you to hang out. Someone simply messaging you and being like, hey, do you want to come to this event? Sweetie, look at me. I'm going to zoom in. If you have spread yourself thin, I understand all these networking events and all these different things. They come around. You want to have fun. You want to shake them daddies. You want to do a lot of different things. Okay. I completely understand that. But how are you going to do any of those things if your social battery or your battery altogether is no longer charged? So at this moment, this is when you're spreading yourself thin to go and charge everybody else. And even when you get there, you're not even going to be your fullest self. When does it turn into people's pleasing? And when does it turn into us feeling like also FOMO? Fear of missing out. You ain't going to miss nothing, okay? There may be great times, all these different things, Let me tell you, when it comes to you really focusing on what everybody else expects of you and what everybody else wants of you, it really does start with us feeling like, oh my God, but I don't want them to think this. Man, look at that person, they're traveling. Oh, look at this, look at this. It's the way that we're programming our mind. It's the way that we're programming the way that we speak, the way that we create boundaries, the visualizations that we see on a day-to-day basis. All of these things are created based off of how we consume not only media, but how we also allow ourselves to project. Right? Not just project, but yeah, project, because you want these things, we want to be around these things, you fear of missing out. It's like an energy that's talking from within. But it really just distracts everything. It's a distraction. It's like this weight that gets put on you because you always feel like you need to be there. And that could even be, when I mean saying no to people, family members, people who need money because of this and that, people who know that you're always going to be there. So they always hit you up because they want the best advice from you. People that always hit you up because they know that if they're short on cash, you're going to give it to them, right? Those people who always come over, empty out the rest of your fridge, but never for some reason finds a way to help you get more groceries. You know what I'm saying? Fill in the blank. Now is the time to stop doing and people pleasing those things. If it doesn't align with who you are, if it doesn't align with what you're doing, if it doesn't align with your energy, there is no reason to feel that you need to say yes to that. Now, when it comes to, knowing everybody else's business, I mean, I couldn't stress this more when it comes to people's pleasing as well. Mind your business. That's the whole point of detoxing from Instagram, is because you're not minding your fucking business. How exactly can you create a better elevation for yourself and evolve and be and create and expand transform if you're not allowing the destruction to take place. And when I mean destruction, I mean when your world is obviously waiting to transform, but the only thing you're thinking about is everybody else and what everybody else is doing. Sweetie, let the transformation take place. Choose the path of least resistance, because right now, the path of holding on, clenching on, holding tight to what no longer serves you, being around those people that don't need to, have your energy, who don't even deserve your energy, that you can't say no to, or even if you do say no, they got a problem. Those are the main people that you need to be away from, let me tell you. But also, again, if this has nothing to do with people and you're just one of those people that over gives, know your boundaries. Know when to say no, know when to move forward, and know how to just focus on yourself for the time being, which is so important of getting rid of the distractions. Getting rid of your distractions in your life is so prevalent. I even have that on my whiteboard because that's the reason why I took an Instagram break. I felt like I needed to stop comparing myself to other people, to not, oh, I got to put this out. Oh my God, I wonder what they're going to think of me if I don't put it out. They're not going to think this. It also comes into play when you're either looking for a new job or somebody asks you who you are or what it is that you're trying to do, and your fear of what they think, or your fear of feeling like, oh, maybe I don't have enough experience over somebody else. That energy really comes from us feeling like we are not good enough, and other people are the reason why we don't feel that way. Because mentally we're telling ourselves that they're not going to like it because I don't have too much experience. Oh, everybody does that. So let me not say it out loud because I don't want anyone to feel like, I'm trying to be like everyone else. Like whatever your story is what I'm trying to tell you. And now is really the time that if you really want to do something, it's time to just self-motivate yourself, just like we talked about in the beginning of the reading. Let's start focusing on what we can control, which is our reaction. Let's start focusing on what we can do to change our outcome or even the results that we are currently seeing. Let's take some time away from all of these social platforms and everything that we think everybody else is expecting of us to really just focus and tune into our own inner voice. Because to me, that is the only voice that really matters, your own. And if you're not happy and you're doing the life that somebody else downloaded for you to do, or you're doing this that no longer serves you because you're afraid to let people down, you're afraid to try something new because you're so used to the other situation and you don't want people to know that, look, it just bogs you down. It bogs us down. No more. No more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. I'm tired. And whenever you feel like you're gravitating towards this energy again, remember, you can always withdraw. You could always withdraw. You could always say no. You could always mind your business. You could always take time to remap your own self, withdraw, revitalize, reconstruct, reevaluate, reimagine. Let's reimagine how we want to create our own reality. And it starts when you wake up in the morning. That is how the rest of your day will steer. You are the captain, and you have always been the captain. So now is really the time to start figuring out what it is that you want and how you want to gravitate towards it. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Don't worry about yada, yada, yada. Just start. Baby steps are big steps, because let me tell you, it's better than doing nothing. Making baby steps and creating movement is better than not making any movement at all. Trust yourself. Trust the process. And I hope you loved love, 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 not even hope. I know you love this episode. Go ahead and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell so you know whenever I release a new episode. This episode is brought to you by fuck everything else that everyone else is thinking about you. Okay? Love you. Stay amazing. And I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.